Hi everyone, I am back with another crafting tutorial featuring the new Dragon Festival stamp set and inside scalloped squares dies from Craftin Desert Divas. In this tutorial I wanted to show you how to stamp and heat emboss on acetate. And of course you will need heat resistant acetate, and I actually use these laser printing acetate sheets. To create my shaker card, I first started off with a piece of mixed media cardstock and 4 different distress inks. I started with the darkest color at the bottom and worked my way up to the top using a lighter color each time. I think the yellow, orange, red color scheme works really well for these dragons. And as you can see, I am using a laminated white sheet of paper for my blending, which makes blending ink really easy for me. After I've inked up my blending tool, I am dabbing it onto the laminated sheet so I don't start off with too much ink on my cardstock. And the good thing about using the laminated sheet instead of a piece of paper is that I can go back and pick up the ink again. And this way, no or only a little ink goes to waste. For the dried marigold and the squeezed lemonade, I also don't really have to dab off the ink. It works really well applying it directly to the paper. I then die cut the largest inside scalloped square die from the piece of cardstock so I will get an inner and outer piece. For convenience, I also die cut a frame from white cardstock because this way it is easier for me to place the inside piece correctly on my card base. Then I cut a piece of heat resistant acetate to the correct size for my shaker card front piece. Before adhering it to the frame, I need to stamp and heat emboss my image. Because stamping on slick surfaces can be really tricky, I am using my MISTI to keep my acetate and stamp in place, which makes this process really easy. I'm also using my frame to place the large dragon correctly on my acetate, and it will be stamped exactly where I want it to be. Because I want to heat emboss my image, I am using an anti-static powder tool on my acetate so no embossing powder will stick to it. Then I can sprinkle my white embossing powder on top and heat set it. I am doing the exact same thing for my sentiment, which I stamp below the dragon. In order to clean up any embossing powder particles that I don't want, I am using an X-Acto knife and scraping them off carefully. Now it is time to assemble my shaker card. I am adhering the acetate to the front frame, making sure to have the darkest color on the bottom and the lightest on the top. To create enough room for my sequins, I am using foam tape. I am doubling it up before adhering it to the frame by pressing 2 layers together. And this way I will always have perfect strips. And now all I have to do is to put in the sequins and close up the shaker. I really hope you liked this tutorial. See you soon. Bye bye.